Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We begin with an I-Team investigation. A notorious Cincinnati landlord says he must sell dozens of his properties to pay off his staggering debt.
As 9 on your side, Chief Investigative Reporter Craig Cheatham reports that could spark a dramatic turnaround in one city neighborhood.
This year I thought, okay, petunias, they usually stay small.
Well, they're not small.
No.
Dawn Sheaf's flower garden is full of surprises.
I see a big weed I need to get out.
Every pulled weed makes room for more beauty in Sedamsville, a west side Cincinnati neighborhood that desperately needs it.
It's a neighborhood I grew up in. I've seen this neighborhood at its best and I've seen it at its worst. And right now this is the worst.
The worst, she says, are the rundown buildings and overgrown lots on block after block. City records show most of them are owned by Cincinnati resident John Klosterman, who has been repeatedly fined for code violations and convicted of criminal neglect.
He's not helped this neighborhood. If nothing else, he's destroyed it.
Why don't you stop and answer some questions?
The I-Team has investigated Klosterman for the last 2 years. He's refused our repeated request for an interview, which is why we approached him again following his latest court hearing.
Come on, Mr. Klosterman. I do have a job. Right now my job is asking you questions that you won't answer.
Get off me.
I didn't touch you.
Dare touch me.
I did not touch you.
In court records, Klosterman said he needs to sell his 70 or so properties to pay a $579,000 judgment against him and his wife Sue for unpaid taxes, code violation fines, and fees.
John Klosterman leaving Sedamsville would be probably the greatest thing that's happened to them since Pete Rose.
Sedamsville, the birthplace of Pete Rose, may soon be ready to finally play ball with developers. Seth Walsh, the former executive director of the Sedamsville Community Development Corporation, believes the sale of Klosterman's properties creates a golden opportunity to transform this historic neighborhood.
A lot of neighborhoods that you see transforming these days are based on business districts. Over the Rhine transformed because of that.
Cincinnati has 36 business districts. Each one gets additional help from the city with projects designed to improve the neighborhood. Sedamsville, one of the city's smallest neighborhoods, doesn't have a business district, but it does have direct access to the Ohio River, and it's just a 10-minute drive from downtown.
So you're coming down River Road, if you're not looking for it, you drive right past it.
That wasn't always the case. The city released an 85-page community development plan for Sedamsville in 2003 that featured artist renderings of new public spaces, multi-level sidewalks, and a village development in the neighborhood's core, the area owned by Klosterman.
It could be a beautiful neighborhood again.
In a neighborhood where decay has grown like a weed,
I'm the talk of the neighborhood because of this garden.
Dawn Sheaf believes hope is finally blooming again.
I love it.
Well, during a Hamilton County court hearing last month, Klosterman told a judge he will reduce the price of his properties until he gets rid of them.